Hello, this is Kristen Brinley with Nova Real Producers. Welcome to our podcast. Hello, Nova Real Producers. This is Kristen Brinley, your publisher, and I am here with the wonderful James Parasan.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, and hey, you know what? So this is a YouTube video and audio for podcasts, but James, can you show us your amazing pants? Because James has amazing pants. Like, he is the man fashionista. That we have zebra today. He has full suits for holidays, and it changes monthly, and it's very cool. It is part of his brand for sure. And James owns RMJ Home Inspections. So James, tell us about home inspecting and your story.
So I've been in the industry for 18 years. I've been home inspecting for 3 years now. My story, the abbreviated version is my mom worked for the CIA, and we traveled around a lot. I was born in California. We lived in New York. We also lived in Boston, Ireland, Budapest, and then finally ended up in Northern Virginia. Inspecting wasn't being in the building industry wasn't my first career. I actually went to school for computers. I graduated from American and did really well in the .com industry. When the boom happened, and then when it went down, I looked for something else, and I got into building and sales. So I was in the construction industry doing sales. Then I worked my way up, became a project manager. And learned about a lot about the building industry. And then a couple years ago, 3 years ago, actually 4 years ago now, one of the guys that worked for me decided that he was looking into the home inspections, and my partner and I weren't seeing eye to eye, so I looked into it as well, and that's how I ended up in home inspections.
So can you tell us the makeup of your company and how you came up with the name of your company? Because I think that's great.
So the name of the company is, it stands for my wife and my kids. So my wife's name is Raina. My oldest son, Massimo, is M. And then J is Jasmine, my daughter. So I do this for them, and so that's why I chose chose that name as far as, the name of the company, put their name, up everywhere. The makeup of our company, right now we have myself plus 3 other inspectors. We are, all of us except one guy is licensed in Maryland. Everyone else is in Maryland and Virginia. We just had a new guy, Mike, that just passed his national exam a couple weeks ago. So we'll have another inspector coming out. And so that's kind of the makeup of our company. We, as far as in-house and all that, we have another girl actually doing our social media to help us with that as well.
Great. So tell us more about your services. What is it that you all provide at RMJ? Yeah.
So we do obviously home inspections, radon testing, mold testing, air quality testing as well. So those are the services that we provide. The one thing that kind of makes us stand out, and why we've been so successful, is that we do the buyback guarantee. We've been doing this now for a while, and it's really, really awesome. What it is that when we inspect any house that's obviously represented by a real estate agent, if we miss anything as small as a GFCI, there was something that we should have inspected and we didn't, or something was wrong, our association will buy the house back within 90 days for the full price that the buyer paid for it. So it's really, really good, and it kind of gives people more safety and security about it. And one thing I like to say is the safer, more protected a buyer feels, the more likely a deal is to close. So it really does help out, our realtors, buyers and their clients to feel more safe.
I bet you the real producer community appreciates that. So tell us about, you have grown in just 3 years. You have 4 people now on your inspection crew, and it sounds like when we were talking earlier, you're bringing on a social media person. Tell us, what were the steps that you took, and how did that happen, where you went from yourself to now having 4 or 5 people like on your team just in that time frame? Because the real producers are very interested as well in like talent acquisition and retention of their people too.
Well, I think for me it was when I had my construction company, it was very successful, and I've been pretty good at marketing, and so it kind of was a natural transition to do this. But the one thing is that I think that what all of our real estate agents feel is they love how we interact with the clients. You know what I mean? I think that we definitely make them feel at ease. We definitely also definitely help not just inspect their house, but we actually teach them about all the systems in their house and teach them how to maintain their house. And we give a lot of everything is real automated that we do, so they get emails after the inspection with they have a home maintenance checklist, so they can kind of go over that. They have the Home Safe book, which just talks about all the systems that we already did inspect. Our reports are very clear and concise, and easy to read. We definitely have had a lot of good compliments on that. And then our realtors really do love us because we're definitely in touch with technology. You can schedule inspections online. All your reports are in one place. We have something called the Realtor Dashboard, and what that is that it has all of their inspections that they've ever done with us online, so they can actually go and download those at any time. It has, if they do mold testing, if they do radon testing, everything's all in one place. So it's really, really good, and it makes the realtor's life a lot easier. Especially if they're going to the closing table and they don't have a copy of the radon report or something. They can go grab it real quick and don't have to worry about trying to find something. And then for us, it's also awesome because we had this issue, and thank God we do it, but we upload all of our reports and everything. And so let's say someone goes away, one of our inspectors was away, and there had to be a change on a report, so we were able to actually go online, download it, update that report, and then send it out. So because it wasn't on his personal laptop, and he was actually on a cruise, we couldn't even get a hold of him. So it definitely worked out really well.
That's a great tool.
Yeah.
I'm glad you do that. So can you tell us a little bit about like some of the marketing things that you do and why you chose to work with Nova Real Producers?
Well, the marketing things that we've done, we do Facebook advertising. We definitely reach out to a lot of realtors, tell them about our stuff. The best success for us is we do a lot of sales presentations, at realtor offices. I mean, this is I say home inspection is probably the easiest industry to market. And doing construction and things like that, I walk into a realtor office and everyone needs me. There's not, what other industry can you really do that? I mean, I know it's very tough for realtors. Construction's the same way. You have to, be in the right place at the right time. But, literally, I walk into the office. They might not need me right away, but they're going to need me. So we found, our best marketing has been, lunches. You know what I mean? We do Tuesday morning lunches with, a lot of realtors. We try to do, one in a year. We do at least 1 or 2 a month, in the busy seasons, things like that. So, that's been our biggest thing. And just also the other thing is that we've done good work for people, and if you do good work, word does travel fast, and so a lot of our stuff is word of mouth. But I think our biggest thing that we've done, we've gotten some stuff off Facebook and things like that, but and now with the Real Producers, it seems like a natural progression for us to go into some. I know people don't like print advertising, but when you're getting in front of everyone that needs you again, it's perfect. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, with what you're doing and the marketing toward like the Facebook, which is something that we just did a moment ago, and with podcasting and YouTube videos and things like that with Real Producers as well, like that makes sense with the events and getting in front of all the people that are important that use you.
Yeah, exactly.
So James, tell us like your main marketing strategies, what it is that you do, and why you chose to work with Nova Real Producers.
So most of our marketing strategies now have been face-to-face interactions and sitting down meeting with realtors, going to coffee or lunch or whatever, and kind of introducing ourselves that way. That's why I wear the pants, because you can't forget the pants. And then the next natural step was getting in front of, getting with Nova Real Producers and getting in the magazine. I mean, just like you said, the top 500 do 87.8% of all the business. Those are the people I want to be in front of. You know what I mean? Those are the next step as far as what we work with and things. Now that we work with some of them, we want to let everyone know about all of our great work we do and get in front of them. And so that's why we decided to introduce, and hopefully all these people out there will see my pants and remember me, and when they need an inspector or backup inspector, give us a call.
Absolutely. So James, I know you now have like 4 inspectors on your team. Mm-hmm. And what does the growth plan look like for you the next 5 years? The growth plan is just to really continue to grow in the Northern Virginia, DC area. I mean, there's enough work here that we can, there's still, the market is not saturated, I think we can definitely do more market saturation, be able to get more business. So growing within the area, hiring more inspectors, like we just brought on social media girl, growing our social media. I mean, I think that's a real important for us, and that's really what we're going to focus on within the next year. I mean, really focus on it and hit it hard. That's what our real goal is. So that's kind of it as far as what we're doing. And then maybe later on down the line, maybe we'll go to another state. But right now, we're more than enough work in this area. Absolutely. Well, you're in 3 right now already. Exactly. So James, what advice do you have for realtors or for our real producers out there? So one of the things that's really becoming bigger and bigger in our industry is pre-listing inspections. What this does is, I know in this area we do have a lot of, everyone's getting multiple offers and things like that, but it definitely helps a lot. We're doing a lot more, and what our realtors are finding out is that it helps them understand what's going to come up in the home inspection. If they take our report and they use it, we do offer the buyback guarantee with that, so that's attached to it. So if you're listing a house, you can offer that. And sometimes we find that the buyer's like, well, they're offering a buyback guarantee, I'll take the house and I'll take the inspection, and they don't get their own inspector, so now you don't have to deal with all that. But if there are major issues or even minor issues, you can see and you can understand and price the house right. You know what I mean? So say, hey, listen, we are going to have to spend some money on these things, so let's make sure that the seller understands and knows, hey, there might be some money that we're going to have to give up in this in order to sell this house. So it's worked out really well, and we got some new videos on it and things like that. So definitely check out our Facebook page, and you can see a little bit more about that. Absolutely. And what is your Facebook page and your website? So our website is www.fairfaxvahomeinspector.com. In the magazine it was incorrect. That might have been my fault, but sorry. But yeah, so it's just fairfaxvahomeinspector.com. And then RMJ Home Inspections on Facebook. And then Inspector Awesome Pants is my Instagram, so you can follow me on Instagram as well. That's fantastic. Well, we really appreciate your time today, James. It was a pleasure to interview you. Thank you, and I appreciate being on here, and good luck with everyone. Yeah. Well, you heard it here at Nova Real Producers. Have a great day. You've heard it from Nova Real Producers.